Dear student, in our previous video lesson we talked about past continuous tense with active and passive form. In today's lesson I will teach you past perfect tense with active and passive form. First of all, we have a positive sentences. How we change positive sentences of active voice into passive voice. The structure of positive sentences of active and passive form is: first we have subject, then we have had, we use helping verb. In past perfect tense, we use only had as a helping verb and past participle form of the verb plus object. We have third form of the verb used and we plus object. Passive voice, object of the active sentences which becomes subject in passive voice, plus had, which is helping verb, plus been, and past participle form of the verb, third form of the verb, then by, and then subject of the active sentence. As I have already told you that we put the helping verb of the upcoming tense in our present tense. Let's see, here we put been, which is actually the helping verb of past perfect continuous tense. But it is for rules we put here. Here are some examples. The brave man had defended the city. The city had been defended by the brave man. So, the little girl had broken the window. The window had been broken by the little girl. Did Dorothy solve the problems? Had the problem been solved by Dorothy? Those prisoners had robbed 5 banks. 5 banks had been robbed by those prisoners. All these examples here we change the object into subject और फिर हम had लगा लेते हैं जो हमारे पास helping verb है और been और फिर उसके बाद third form of the verb by and the subject of the active voice and to come into passive voice work as an object. Okay, so these are the simple and straight example of positive sentences of past perfect tense of active and to passive voice. Now we have negative sentences. How we change negative sentences of active voice into passive voice. First of all, we have the structure: subject, had not, past participle form of the verb plus object. पैसिव वॉइस में हम क्या करते हैं, ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द एक्टिव सेंटेंसेस विच बिकम हेयर द सब्जेक्ट एंड देन हैड, देन नॉट बीन, then past participle form of the verb, then by, then subject of the active sentences. She had not prepared dinner. Dinner had not been prepared by her. So dinner जो है हमारे पास यहाँ पर subject में आ गया, फिर had not. The difference between the positive and negative sentences here, we just put not between had and been. He had not made a speech. A speech had not been made by him. As you can see these example, so it is very easy because we already use third form of the verb in active voice. We just change the structure of sentences, object change into subject and subject change into object, and with the addition of by. Now we have interrogative sentences. Changing in interrogative sentences into the passive structure. As you already know, we put the helping verb at the beginning of interrogative sentences in active as well as in passive form. Had, then subject, third form of the verb, then object. फिर हमारे पास had आ जाएगा, object of the active sentences which become subject here. फिर हमारे पास been आ जाएगा और third form of the verb plus subject of the active voice. Passive form of those sentences begin with was or were. With had, If the active sentences begin with a question word, the passive sentences also begin with a question word. Here is not was were, here is only had, okay? Had she invited them? Had they been invited by her? She had prepared dinner. Had dinner been prepared by her? Had he given a lecture? Had a lecture been given by him? Had he helped her? Had she been helped by him? Had they shared the whole story? Had the whole story been shared by them? Had you loved that old man? Had that old man been loved by you? You can see all of these examples. We've just changed, but we only change the object into subject and subject into object, which is the basic rules of changing of active voice into passive voice. So you have to practice all these examples and use the correct helping verb to identify different tenses. Our lecture is end up with this point. Now I am giving you a home assignment. Write the whole slides in your neat notebook. Understand the lesson through video lesson. Memorize the rules and structure of past perfect tense in active and passive form. You have to write this whole slide in your neat notebook को नीट कापी में लिख के और इसी वीडियो लेसन से ही ये लेसन सीख ले. मेमोराइज द रूल्स एंड स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस एंड एक्टिव एंड पैसिव फॉर्म. अपने उसके रूल्स और स्ट्रक्चर को याद करने होंगे. राइट एटलीस्ट 5 एग्जाम्पल ऑफ पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंसेज ऑफ पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस एंड एक्टिव एंड पैसिव फॉर्म. यू फॉर यूर प्रैक्टिस आपने क्या करना है, कम से कम 5 जुमले बनाने हैं पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव और इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंस के पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस में जो एक्टिव से आप पैसिव में चेंज करते हैं. सो practice these things, it will help you. See you in next class. Allah Hafiz.